Couldn't look away from the train wreck. You can blame it on the tech for the disrespect. Before you play, you better button check.
What is up, Butt Check family? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful day of buttons that need to be checked. It is Friday, the weekend is here, we done made it. Thank you for tuning in one more time. Chapters down below if you want to skip around. Sub button right there. You already know the drill. In the last 24 hours, we posted 3 videos. So much is going on. Who is it? Arxis dropped a bomb on yesterday. I dropped 2 separate videos of my reaction, FGC reaction. People are going crazy for this damn game. And also, now we got some other buttons we got to check. Oh, and real quick, I dropped one earlier this morning. It was for this dope controller right here, the Bangtong 40, the KP40 Intelligent Gaming Controller. This is out right now if you guys want to check out the savings. I also got to try it out while I was playing Hunter x Hunter. That was the video earlier today. But now, we got some Street Fighter 6 Season 3 apparently disappointed FGC buttons that need to be checked, and Maximilian covering, I guess, a Harada interview where he apparently tells the truth. I don't know why I do this, but anyway, we got some hot buttons, so without further ado, let's go. All right, first up for them Street Fighter 6 Season 3 disappointing buttons that need to be checked. Well, you be the judge. So first of all, can we talk about a damn overshadowing on yesterday? It was supposed to be Elena. It was supposed to be Season 3, like the patch update. That was supposed to be the talk of the town, at least in these FGC streets. But then fucking Arxis dropped that nuclear bomb on us yesterday, and that completely controlled social media to the point where they're still talking about it. But I was like, yo, we got to get back to Street Fighter 6 because people's talking in these streets, and it doesn't seem like we got what we think we were gonna get, or at least what we've been waiting for up until this point. Like I said, I don't know if there are gonna be more announcements later today or anything like that, but up until this point. So let's start right here with Justin Wong. Picking it up right here with Justin Wong saying, Elena is super fun, but also weird. Modern controls got great buffs, but I'm surprised the changes for characters weren't like a lot of changes. And you heard a lot of people in the FGC saying that. Definitely played it super safe besides a few characters. Going deeper with Punkdagod right here saying, I don't understand Elena at all. She feels bad everywhere on the screen. I guess you're just supposed to abuse the role maybe? Then I see Chakotay right here saying, the patch felt okay, but nothing crazy unless you play Ryu, which we'll talk about that in a second. Lily changes have me looking forward to Season 3 even more now. She got meterless knockdown from lights finally after 2 years. Then he quoted retweet himself right here saying, the more I play, the more the patch feels underwhelming. Capcom played it too safe this time, and some changes make no sense. I also wanted to clarify that meant I'm looking forward to Season 3 DLC characters, specifically even more now than before, just in case that wasn't obvious. Then I see Broski adding to this as well saying, I would almost prefer if they just said, fuck you, everyone is a looper, we're not changing it, rather than this strange new direction where Elena, Ken, and Ed have to solve complex differential equations to loop a throw, while others have a completely autopilot frame kill. Then he quote retweets himself as well saying, or responds saying, if every throw loop worked like the new Ed throw Oki, it'd be so great for the game. But it's absolutely baffling making these changes when Mai still has a throw dash into perfectly spaced +3 for throws / shimmy. Then continuing on, I believe who we got? Yeah, Ending Walker saying first day of the new patch plus 12 hours of playing. Game feels pretty similar. Outside of the insanely fast level 1 Ryu buffs and honestly not broken as you think, just more very situational high damage combos, some neutral buffs and OD fireball buffs help through as well. Continuing on saying, but overall, I think it feels more or less the same and you just get robbed slightly less by random parries. Ryu is definitely strong, but definitely not top 1 in my opinion. Well, I guess that's up for debate because we go even deeper right here. I see Shine posting this saying, in case you were wondering which character is the biggest winner of the patch, Blas is here posting poetry in English because you know my man speaks Spanish. Well, here goes Blas's post right here saying, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Because you remember, the young kid, what was he, 15? Is already whooping ass with Ryu, and now they're talking about he's buffed. All right, let's see what's about to happen. I even see Rob TV coming out the shadows right here saying, Blas is whooping y'all with non-broken Ryu. It's about to get ugly. And then who else? We got Sajam saying, bro, look how Ryu players are tweeting. It is over for us. And of course, he's quote retweeting Blas as well. Then I see Javits right here saying, wow, that nerf to Ken's distance after forward throw in the corner is crazy. Finally throw loop is gone. saying finally his throw loop is gone. And he's still throw looping, so obviously you can see he was playing with us. So apparently, from what I read on other people, it's like Ken got nerfed, but I believe his throw loop is like 1 frame now. So some people are like, yeah, it's a little bit of. I think I saw some people saying, no, this is a big difference, but others are like, nah, I did it 10 times in a row. So I'm not really sure. I do see reports that say Ken got nerfed, but obviously throw loops are still in the game. Then I see Gustavo right here saying Ken unironically being the worst Shoto after this patch has to be the funniest thing to come out of this. Propaganda failed you. You should have stayed quiet like Ryu players, and maybe you would have got a railgun too. And right here, this is what they're talking about, railgun, because apparently Ryu, I guess this is one of his buffs right here. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. High Fight actually posted this clip saying Ryu got a railgun. Posted actually a dope, I think it's about almost 4 minutes long of new combos. I guess after the changes. Here's the one with Ryu. Check it out. All right, there you have it. Now it's Chun's turn. She's in your ass. Okay, so I won't go through the whole video because, like I said, there's a lot you can watch, and I'll put the link down below for his video so you can check it out. I do think the ending is hella funny because he put this clip of Ken. Check it out. Look at this. All right, there you have it, man. Definitely check out High Fight. He's always doing the damn thing, man. His content is top tier for sure. And in summation, we'll wrap it up with this. I even see Chris F posting a video talking about Capcom is wild for this. I'll put his link down below. I believe his video is just over 30 minutes long. We're just gonna check out a couple minutes. Let's check it out right here. Let's go.
All right, what's up, everybody? The Street Fighter 6 Season 3 patch, the patch we've all been waiting for, is finally here. And I'm gonna be real with you, I think it's pretty whack. I've been saying this for a long time. I think Capcom was going to be very conservative with this patch. I didn't think they were going to make huge, like, giant changes. This patch is not a huge, like, super meta changing, completely game shifting patch. So if you're waiting for something like Street Fighter 5 Season 3, where they added a bunch of new system mechanics like V-Shift, they added like second V triggers for everybody, that's not in this version of the game. There are system changes, and I think they are going to have an impact on the overall balance and how people feel when they play this game. But throw loops, for the most part, they're still in. Drive Rush didn't get nerfed. There's no extended hitbox. There's no punish counter on Drive Rush like a lot of people were asking for. There's none of that. Remember the perfect parry changes people have been talking about from the Elena build at Evo Japan? Those were real. So everything everybody was saying about that is real. I'm going to give you my quick summary. So for system changes, I think there's like 4 or 5 main system changes that you guys have to understand going into this new version. All right, number 1 is the perfect parry. Instead of reading the patch notes, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. And quick spoiler alert, Ryu is absolutely batshit insane in this. I don't know what Capcom was thinking. This guy got buffed to the high heavens.
All right, so like I said, I'll put his information down below. Definitely check it out. What are y'all thinking, man? Basic bottom line, people are saying it's whack. It's lackluster. And you know, I think we've been waiting for so long, and then we got hopes up, and then they were like, yo, this maintenance is gonna take 7 hours. It's huge. We haven't seen this in a long time. So we're like, oh shit, this is about to be spectacular. And then we get it, and it's like, like everybody got changes, but it's not life-changing. You know, well, I guess it depends who you main in this situation. Everybody's talking about Ryu is probably the ultimate winner. Ending Walker, though, saying, I still don't think he's top 1, but then you got pros, mains over here like Blas saying, oh, thank you, Lord Jesus. I'm about to wreck some shops. So I don't know. Either way, it does, I don't know. Like, unless they release some more news, like in, what's that, Summer Game Fest coming up, if it just stays where it is, I guess if you're a pro, like, if you're in the CPT right now, maybe you're happy for this because you're like, okay, not too many changes. I could deal with it. It's not something that where I'm like, fuck, I have to literally switch characters and change my whole game plan. So maybe on a pro point of view, you would like that from a competitive stance. Maybe not though, if you already thought your character was shit. I did see Mena post saying, I'm in love. And I believe he was talking about Elena because he was like, I've been waiting for her to come out. We're gonna do great things together. And that's all he posted so far anyway, saying I'm in love. So either way, lackluster to say the least, but we'll see how y'all feeling. Let me know. All right, next up for Harada shares the truth via Maximilian, buttons that need to be checked. So Max just posted this about a day ago. This is an interview that came out a little while ago. I think we I don't know if we covered everything exactly, maybe on the social media side, but Harada did this extensive interview. So Max kind of breaks it down step by step. This video is about 30 minutes long. We're going to check about like 2 or 3 minutes. So link down below to check out the full action. Let's see what's up.
Content going into a game has grown significantly compared to games in the past. Some people say you can use AI to speed things up, but the human touch is actually something very... Oh, bro. I get it. Tekken 8's not in a great position, but this motherfucker is a treasure, okay? We do not deserve Katsuhiro Harada. We don't deserve him. To be as high up the pedestal as this dude, Jesus, man. They are deeply humbled and deeply upset by what happened to Tekken 8 in Season 2. Something reached beyond their scope of the project, and they are taking responsibility for it. They're actually real ones is a big deal. Our current problem is how to even balance the two. When people have that much influence and power, and they're like genuinely not about bottom line shit, means a lot to me. It's the Costco hot dog guy all over, you know, again, where Costco hot dog executive dude was told by the board, hey, we need to increase the price of the hot dog and the soda. It's $1.50. We need to conform. We need to make it like $5. And the Costco executive guy said, if you increase the price of the hot dog, I'll fucking kill you. Deep respect, okay? I feel there's like true justice when that shit actually comes through and people aren't just there for the raw bottom line and just bleeding, you know, as much money out of this as we possibly can.
Yo, real quick though, shout out to Costco for keeping that shit in Sam's Club, y'all. I go to, man, I love, we go to that little concession. Fucking water is 25 cents. Literally, I feel like a damn baller up there. Buy me a slice of pizza for $1. I'm like, yo, bless y'all for doing this. Bless y'all. Now, granted, it probably should be that or maybe even cheaper because we're paying for fucking water. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Either way, big up. I just thought that was funny.
Care about what they do. Sold well to mixed reviews, trial and error throughout 30-year history of the Tekken series. And yeah, we're at a point now where Tekken's probably at its like most dour since Tekken 4. And a lot of people glaze Tekken 4 now, which is fine, but it was the weakest, the lowest point of the series. The devs are going through it right now, so this is going to be interesting. It feels like as a game developer, as it gets bigger in scale, it also becomes more difficult to steer the game in a particular direction. Hardcore, casual, and all players in between have to like it. So now we have access to player comments and social media. How do you navigate that landscape? Well, that's a tough fucking question. Things that sell have their fair share of lovers and haters. Hardcore players will rave over something they like, but when they say something negative, the message has great reach. Casual players, on the other hand, won't even post on social media if they like something. Yeah, people just engage something because they like it and then they move on. So that's why it's possible for a game to sell well, even when the reviews are mixed. So a mixed review isn't always a bad thing. Are there examples of where only the hardcore players were positive about a game? Tekken Tag Tournament 2 would be an example of that. Hardcore players really liked the depth of that game, being able to control 2 different characters, but the feedback from non-hardcore players was not favorable. Here's a fucking funny thing about this. That changed over time, dude. At the release of it, Tekken Tag 2 didn't do good because, and me included, people were completely flabbergasted by not just learning all of the systems in this game, by learning 2 characters. And it was like, Jesus, man, now I have to absorb all of this shit, and now I have to learn twice the matchups. But over time, as it's been 10 plus years since Tekken Tag 2 came out, that changed. And the reason that changed, Tag 2 was the most feature-rich Tekken game. I think that being able to overcome disappointment is a skill that's applicable to the games industry as well. Yeah, it's very true. I see. So you can fail regardless of how well things are going. So it's important to know how to get over your failures. Can you give a message to potential creators to close off today's interview. Candace says, I started liking fighting games since I was about 12, and I'm now a game developer because I had laser focus on my goals. Stay true to what you love, and when it comes to game development, find your focus so when someone asks you what to do, you can give them a strong answer. Harada says, I think younger generations need to do things differently from us. What I mean is, when I talk to young people, I get told any advice I give them will not help them surpass the legacy my generation created. There's a great quote from a recent show that I watched. The approach that the showrunners had and the writers had was that you have to look at the franchise you're working on as a toy box. If you want to actually have substantial impact on whatever you're working on, you don't take from the toy box, you add to it. And that is something that is like, when you start to look at a lot of franchises and things that have been around for a long time, it's like, bro, you don't take from it and use those things, you add new things to it. It's like, that's a lot. That definitely has like a pretty deep meaning and pretty hard to accomplish, which is why it doesn't happen all the time. As AI and other tech appears, I'm sure they'll make games completely differently from how we're doing it right now. But the game industry changes drastically whenever new technology is introduced, so I consider it important to have flexibility to change how you think and not to be married to one particular way of doing things. This was a good interview, and it's an interesting interview as well at a absolute growing pain right now in the legacy of Tekken, where Tekken has largely deviated. And at the same point where Harada directly addresses what made Tekken 4 sort of like unpopular, but still selling well, is a thing that is literally happening to Tekken 8 right now, as they're in the process of fixing it. It's very fascinating to see how much experience these guys have. Hopefully it all directly reflects in a very near future, especially considering the future of where Tekken is going.
All right, there it is, y'all. Link down below. Definitely check out the full thing. How you feeling? I said that in the beginning a while ago when I was like, man, I really hate that the Tekken devs have to go through this, especially Harada, because he's always kind of been like the underdog, like, well, not underdog, but people's champ. You know, I feel like he's been the dev that, remember, for me, it used to be Ono and Harada, and then Ono, you know, was out of the scene. So it was like just Harada, and you saw him everywhere. He's a personality, don't ask me for shit. He comes off really cool. People like that energy, and FGC, we like talking that shit and don't asking for shit. Well, at least, you know, offline. We just, you know, we eat that shit up. Harada's been the bad guy, good guy. You know, he's been the dev that for the people, I would think. And that's the way he comes off. And it seems like he was trying to enter this period where he was like, yo, I'm getting older. I can't do this forever. I'm gonna pass it on slowly. And then this fucking thing exploded. And he's like, fuck, maybe I gotta take some of this back or let some people go. Like, this shit is a fucking disaster super quick, you know. So I don't know. All I know is it seems like Harada has always been a real one. Max kind of confirmed it on this side, saying like, yo, like, we don't deserve him. He's always went the extra mile. Like, he's really a good dude. But for the state of Tekken, they still got a long ways to go. But like I said, I've read some comments recently where they were saying they felt like the game was getting a little better, but of course that could still be up for debate. It is a weird, beautiful time right now in the FGC, isn't it? We got so much about to drop, so much on the horizon, but yet we got current legacy games, current situations. We're like, fuck, we don't even know what's gonna happen with these particular games. And even Capcom with Street Fighter, like, okay, we like the game, it's in a good spot, good prize money, but lackluster as far as like the content. We want more. But again, this is premature because we might get more. Who knows with future announcements, namely the, what is it called, Summer Game Fest, you know, coming up. So either way, long story longer, what the hell I'm trying to say is, how y'all feeling? Let me know. There it is, ladies and gents. Definitely let me know how you were feeling. Thank you guys for the amazing love. We will see you soon. If not later today, then definitely tomorrow. Like I was saying, we have some what do you call it, Summer Game Fest coming up. So one more time, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you soon, man. I appreciate the mad love. And as always, I don't know what it is, but I know it's about to get better. Love y'all, family. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
Motherfucker. I went through the whole video. You saw, even in the beginning, I was like, it is Friday. Remember I said that? It's Thursday. That's how fucking... That's how fucking God I am with filming and staying up late and waking up early and all this shit. I just looked, Summer Game Fest is Friday, and I was like, oh, that's today. Then I'm like, oh, today's the 5th. It is Thursday. So, hey, either way, weekend is still here. Well, kinda. So we kinda made it. I'm tired, y'all. But either way, we got more, hopefully more great news coming up tomorrow. Love y'all. And as always, I don't know what it is, but I know it's about to get better. Love y'all, fellas. Peace.